What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the video. This is Outdoorsful Living. My name is Greg. In this video, I went out to my Sportsman's Club to cut up some trees that had fallen on one of the access roads to our 1,000-yard range. A few weeks ago, we had a pretty crazy storm come through Pennsylvania. The beginning parts of that storm had winds that were anywhere between 60 to 80 miles an hour. As a result of that storm, we lost a lot of trees across at least the western part of the state. I don't know about central or eastern. The week of that storm, our club did have a competition on our 1,000-yard range. So 3 of us had already been in this area to just get stuff off the roads so that we could get plates up on the barricades that day. So I was aware that these trees were here, and being that they're right on the road, it doesn't really get too much easier than that, being able to pull the truck right next to where I'm cutting and load. So that's why I decided to come out and stock up on some more firewood. The chainsaw that I'm using in this video is the Stihl 271 Farm Boss. It's a great saw. It does everything that I needed to do. I don't really have any, commercial applications that I need. The 261, I have used the 261 before. One of my friends has one, and there is a little bit of difference between those two saws, but for everything that I do, the 271 does a great job. The only real issue I had with it was when I first got it, it was having some carb issues, but I did take that back to the dealership where I got the saw. Everything was covered under warranty. They got it all straightened out, so no complaints there. As far as firewood goes, we do have a wood stove at my house. The wood stove isn't our primary method of heating. It's more of just for fun. Typically weekends and some evenings we'll burn that, but we have an oil furnace that for the most part heats our house on the other days. In addition to that, we also have a good bit of yard campfires. In terms of firewood lengths and sizes, I'm not too picky. Actually, what I do prefer is a nice mixture of everything. That way, when I am taking the wheelbarrow over to the wood pile, I have a nice mixture that I can grab as far as some larger and smaller pieces. The main thing that I care about is just getting that wood properly seasoned prior to the burning season. So I still have wood left over from last year, but this is the time of year when I want to start stocking up and letting that wood properly season. Alright, I'm going to stop yapping for a little bit. I'm going to cut some different parts of this out, probably speed some stuff up. I'll stop in occasionally and do a little bit of narrating, but other than that, enjoy the video. Alright, now it's just time to do some cleanup. So this was 2 trees here, neither of them huge, but decent amount of firewood for what it is. Now, up until this point in the filming, I was still intending on going further up the road. There was 3 more trees up by the 1,000-yard targets that had fallen, but as you'll see in the video, there is a storm rolling in, and I decided once I had this cleaned up that it was time to get out of there before this road got too messy getting back out. The chaps that I'm using in this video are just a cheap pair of Stihl chaps. Nothing special. What I do like about them is that they are lightweight. I have a few other sets of chaps. I have a nice pair of Husqvarna chaps. The only issue with those chaps is they're very heavy, and I find myself not wanting to wear them a lot. So out of all the sets I have, this cheap set here is probably my favorite pair. Any pair of chaps that you're willing to wear is a good pair of chaps. Alright, so I went up to my truck and I got my Fiskars Hookaroon. This is one of my favorite tools for doing this kind of loading. I just find that it kind of makes things a little faster and it's a little bit easier on your back. It's a very nice tool. I'll put a link in the description to the tool. Right about here is where I finally got smart and decided that the trailer is on wheels, so I'm going to back the trailer up towards the wood pile to kind of speed this up. There's the first 2. We got some rain roaring in soon, so I'm not gonna get to all of it today. Let me just show you where we're at though. Sorry, I'm out of breath a little bit. So this is our 1,000-yard range. So we have plates that hang at 850, which is 1, 900, which is 2, and we have 950, 1,000. So we shoot a competition series out here once a month, and we'll put strike indicators. They're flashing lights in the backs of the plates, but these are groundhog Stihl targets. Then we do bobcats, then we do turkeys, then we do coyotes. And let's see if I can zoom in. That pavilion way up there, that's where we shoot from. So like I said, 850, 900, 950, 1,000. Okay. I'm gonna get going here because the road in here is not super great.
last thing I want to be up here is in another windstorm. I don't know if you can tell, like 2 weeks ago, we had a massive storm come through and it just dropped trees everywhere. This is actually the second time I've been up here already cutting up stuff. That wind is picking up like crazy. And I want to get out of here. It's not the most evenly stacked load, but first thing we're going to do when we come down is we'll be going down a very steep hill, so a lot of that's going to slide forward. I'm on my truck. Got a bunch of scrap metal in it from last weekend. Oh yeah, looks like we're getting out of here just in time. Alright, we're gonna go down here and turn around. Hopefully I can get this trailer turned around. Try to get you a shot real quick of 1,000 yards too while we're up here. So there's 950 there. Way down there, can't quite see the rack, but yeah, you can. There's 1,000.
I thought I'd include the ride out. It's kind of a fun ride through the woods on the trail. And if you hear me talking, don't think that I'm crazy. I do have my girlfriend in the truck with me as well, so I don't just randomly talk to myself.
Club. I didn't really get too many great shots of it last weekend, but this is where we had that cash bash. So we got the kids fishing in tomorrow. It's nearly closed since we're stocking the trout. I won't be out here for that tomorrow, but it is a very popular event. Nice looking. Couple more of our facilities here. We got pistol range, rifle range, or pistol range, archery range. We got a 200-yard rifle range, an indoor rifle range, and we got the 1,000-yard range.
That's going to be it for this video. Consider liking and subscribing. If you have any questions or feedback, put it in the comment bar below. Be sure to check out my next video, which will be me splitting this wood and some wood that I got a week prior, actually in a video before this one. I'll have that video out shortly. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you come back again.